Peace and prosperity to everybody watching this video. It's your boy Vussy Magz. You know, today we're doing a market analysis video, right? So I'm making this video in the early mornings. As you can see, it's about around 6:15 now, right? So we're gonna look at 5 charts today. 3 of those are gonna be downtrends, and 2 of that 5 is only gonna be uptrends, right? So we have the GBPUSD on the downtrend, which is the first chart that we're gonna go into it, right? So today I'm not even gonna say like waste time or whatever, we're just gonna go into it. So let's go check out the GBPUSD, ladies and gentlemen, right? So I think this one is one of the charts with one of the most clearest structures you can find right now, you feel me? And there might be an overstatement too, but it is what it is. I'm just looking forward to trading these things, you understand? So we're gonna start with the daily time frame with this one, and this is also a chart I just got from a VIP member, right? Just send this chart, and I already had a full list which was only 4 charts, but now I had to add this one because it's too good, right? So also, before we jump into this one, lesson 2 of how to master forex trading has been out to all the VIP members, you feel me? We just dropped lesson 2 yesterday, and so far it's so good. Lesson 1 was out the other week, you understand? It was introducing trends to everybody so you can spot these things easily and stuff like that. So in lesson 2 now we're actually combining trend line techniques with the way that we understand the trends. So we took it from basically a visual representation of the trends and how we should go with the flow of everything, and then we just kind of made the whole strategy solid by going deeper into it and actually implementing trend lines on top of these trends and stuff like that, you feel me? So if you're not part of that, or if you still want to be part of that, you know to hit me in my DMs or WhatsApp me. I feel like the number's going to be down below, you see. So let's continue with the analysis for the day, right? So with GBPUSD, what you want to do is you basically want to go to the daily time frame. So as you go to the daily time frame now, you will see that we're on an uptrend basically, right? So I want you to find this trend line, this one, right? So this trend line, basically you're going to find it when you start drawing from the 23rd of September 2020, right? So it's been holding this trend line for basically since last year, 2020, 22 September. So you're going to join this swing low with the next swing high, which was around the 2nd of November. And basically what you want to do is, I always say this on most of my videos, align the trend line to the current price, so it tells you something. Because if you had our trend line like this, but it's not really telling us anything, so you have to also join it with this other lows that you're seeing there, those swing lows that you're seeing there, you understand? So once you align that, right, you find that it actually doesn't even need to make contact there, but as long as it makes contact there, that's confirmation for us now, right? So we know that when the market goes down, it's basically reversing against the trend line, which the same thing happened here. So you want to go when the market is going with the trend, you feel me? So now when you go down, because you're doing a top-down style of analysis, you will see that now all it takes is for you to zoom out for you to spot this downtrend, right? But now, because we looked at this from the daily, we know that this downtrend most likely isn't gonna hold, you understand? It most likely isn't gonna hold. Chances are it's gonna continue with the direction of the trend, because this trend has been holding for the longest time ever, right? So when you go to the H4 now and you actually zoom out like this, you will see that you can actually find this trend line that we drew here, right? So basically this is kind of a descending channel, or it's not a rising wedge, it's a descending wedge pattern also at the same time as a, you feel me, also playing as a, what you call this, descending channel, right? So eventually we know that it's gonna be a breakout, but if you look at it on the daily, we can consider this to be kind of a flag pattern formation, which we know the push will most likely be going upwards. You understand what I'm saying? So going back to the H4 now, all you need to do is to just restrict the price, so to speak. Draw the trend line from the peak of where the price basically reached before you got into this correction or this reversing against the trend. And then if you want to make it more interesting, you can also draw this lower trend line. But if you didn't get this entry, then it's not of any use to you. Basically, you can just remove this trend line, because remember guys, the simpler the better is everything. You understand? You want to make everything simple, and like simplicity is key. It's basically what I'm saying. You don't want to complicate your charts too much, because you might suffer from analysis paralysis. So maybe I might find a zone here so we can kind of see what's going on. But now it looks like it was retesting this zone, and we might actually get that bounce from there, right? So even if we do get this bounce or breakout here, I'm gonna be looking towards to taking my profits somewhere there. This will basically might play a holding game here, because there's really no need for us to scalp like that for this one, since the structure is so clear, right? So that's what we're looking forward to. The next pair now is going to be gold, right? So once we go to gold is also in a downtrend. Just going to remove this thing. I had analyzed this in a very nice way, but let's go to this one. Basically, the reason why my chart is so messed up now is because we actually used this as an example in our lesson 2 video that I was just telling you guys about, you feel me? So what you need to do with this one, we just need to go to the daily time frame. And when you go to the daily time frame, you want to find this trend line that I'm drawing here, right? So this trend line, you're just gonna adjust it like this. You understand? Yeah. So now this trend line that we're drawing now, you also see that we have a support zone there, because that's where we had a double bottom formation, right? So everything else at the back, it doesn't really matter. That was just past data that we were analyzing, you feel me? So the next thing that you need is this trend line, this major trend line that I draw up there. You just need to look at the peak and the second highest peak there. Join it, and then you get this trend line. We're just making sure that if the price breaks out and it actually goes to retest this trend line, we know where the price is heading. You understand? That's the only reason why we're having that trend line there. So now you're gonna go to the H4 time frame. You know we have our trend line there, right? We have our trend line there, and this is the trend that I'm talking about. We have our high swing highs, swing lows, lower swing highs, lower swing low, lower swing highs, and then a lower swing low and a lower swing high there and a lower swing low, right? So now I'm basically interested. We want to see what's going to happen here. It already looked like it's rejecting, but I'm pretty sure we might get bullish momentum. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. And you might have to also pay attention to candlestick formations and stuff like that. You understand? Maybe I might need to adjust it like this, right? So even if we do retest, we might retest this level here and stuff like that. But you just need to pay attention to how the candlesticks react basically from now on. And to the VIP members watching this, you're definitely gonna get the signal, right? So let's go to the next pair. So we're gonna look at the NZDCHF, ladies and gentlemen. The NZDCHF. The NZDCHF is actually one of the nicest, cleanest charts you can find, right? We also used this one on the lesson that we kind of had today. Lesson 2 is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're gonna do now is we just need the H4 time frame for this one. You don't really need much. You just need the H4 time frame. So in the H4 time frame, you're gonna draw your trend line from the high, join it with the candlestick wicks and this second high there, right? So every time the market goes down, that's it going with the trend. But when it goes up, it's going against the trend. So when it goes up, we draw this reversal line so we can tell where the market breaks out. You understand? So that's where the market broke out, but it went to retest the trend line and then the price fell. You feel me? The price dropped to a new lower swing high. No, to a new lower swing low. You understand? Then the price is moving up now, but we don't think it's gonna make a swing high because for the price to get there, they're gonna be unrealistic. But it's also gonna depend on if we do see a breakout here. You understand? So now where we at now with the price, we actually drew our reversal line nicely there. You understand? We draw a reversal line nicely there, and we're just waiting for basically a push below the reversal line. If we do get a push above the trend line, then we might have to wait for a retest and then a breakout, right? And I actually set this blue line so as if we do break below, that's why I'm gonna put the SL, because this is the peak. So even if you're not in the VIP mentorship, you're not gonna get signals and stuff, but this is like some of the charts that you can actually steal and go and try to trade them by yourself. You understand? So we're looking to sell here, and this looks like it's gonna be a nice setup. In the H1, I don't really like this pair because the structure tends to become really messed up. So we're gonna stick to the H4. Let's go to the next chart, which is we're going to the uptrends now, the USDCHF. So the USDCHF, we just have a nice clean downtrend. Maybe it's there on the daily, you understand, but not really. You don't need this. You don't need the daily for this one, you understand. But you're just gonna go to the low, swing low, which was on this 11th of February, and then you're gonna join it with this low right there, like this, right? And then what you're gonna do now is we had this reversal zone here, right? We had this reversal zone. We broke out. We went to retest the trend line and then upwards as we go. You understand? So now where we at now, right? I'm just gonna go to the H1. This isn't really a complicated chart like that. So where we are now is this is where we are, right? This is where we want the price to go first before we can buy. You understand? So how we're gonna look at this is, I don't think the price is gonna just keep going. Excuse me, guys, I'm yawning. I don't think the price is gonna go up from where it's at. I think it actually has to drop first, right? So maybe if you look at it on the M30, you feel me? Maybe if you look at it on the M30 like this, M30 time frame, and try to restrict the price, try to isolate the price is what I call it. So if we isolate the price, we can see we're trying to basically find a flag pattern here, ladies and gentlemen. We want to see the breakout where it might occur, the break to the downside. You understand? So maybe if you draw our line like this, we end up having a flag pattern like this, something like this is what I'm telling you guys. But only after we get a break out from the downside, that's when we're gonna sell, and then we're gonna sell down to the trend line. You understand? So with this one, it's really not that complicated of a chart. It's actually a beautiful chart. I like it, and the fact that this chart might provide us a nice selling trade. You might even open a sell stop if I was to suggest myself. You understand? But basically, if you look at it on the H4, you see the pressure that the sellers had here, and you see the what you call this thing? I want to say indecisiveness of the buyers, because the buyers are trying to push the price up, but you see there's not enough strength really. You understand? So that's why I think we're still gonna get a breakout to the downside and sell this one. You feel me? So last but not least is the Euro JPY. The Euro JPY is also a uptrend. You feel me? My chart is not responsive now, or because I didn't have this thing removed. So this is also one we had in lesson 2. You understand? So I just want to remove this thing so you guys can understand, so we can run it back from the top with you guys, right? Can I remove it like this? Then we're gonna draw our trend line like this, right? So we're gonna go to this is on the H4. So this structure isn't really perfect, right? It's not the most perfect, but if we go to the H1, you will understand now why we have this thing, right? If we go to the H1, you will see right now that the boy is too much. The boy is too much, understand? So this is a clear uptrend. We have our reversal line there. I'm not really gonna go back and talk about all the reversal zones we have and all the buy opportunities we had with this one, but you need to let's just focus on what's going on now, guys. You understand? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw our reversal line there like this. You feel me? So after we have our reversal line like this, now we kind of like have the full structure of what's to come next. We're expecting the price to either push below and switch to another trend, or a breakout. And for us to even see a breakout, we need to cross this line. So once the price crosses this line, then you know we're only looking to buy this thing, right? So this thing we only want to buy after we cross this trend line there. And as much as drawing another trend line, maybe to see if this is a flag pattern or whatever, we don't really need it because we have the trend line. You understand? Only when there's no trend line can we look for flags, but now that we have a trend line, we don't really need to find a flag pattern. You feel me? So that's it for the boy. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope we all have a successful, prosperous week. You feel me? Peace and prosperity, like I said in the beginning. It's your boy Vussy Magz signing out. Peace out.